Hey, my boo, and welcome home to Vrievolution. I'm so happy to have you here. So today we are doing a pick a card reading for you based on a request made by all of you on my community post. And this pick a card topic is going to be your predictions for 2025. What do you need to focus on in the year of 2025? What is going to be your main focus or what you need to focus on? And there will be guidance in this reading about what it is that will help you elevate in your life as you focus on this aspect of your life in the year of 2025. Okay? Because focus is one of the most important things in this reality, in this 3D reality. Where your focus goes, your attention flows. And where your attention flows is what you are creating, is what you're manifesting, is what you are generating in your reality, right? So this is what we are going to tap into. And you have three options in front of you. All right, pile one, pile two, pile three. Pick and choose whichever option is pulling you the most. You can be drawn to all three piles. You can be drawn to two piles, one pile. The ball is totally in your court, my love. Okay. You can also check out some extra content from me in case you love my vibe, in case you enjoy what it is that I present on YouTube. And this content will be available on my Patreon. So I have three specific tiers on my Patreon. The first tier is the prophetic pick a card tier where I upload unique topics of pick a card readings that you can dive into. All right. There are more than 70 plus pick a card readings already uploaded over there, so you can check that out. You can also check out my second tier of my Patreon, which is the Alchemist tier, where I share a lot of spells for a lot of different topics that you can learn about, that you can do for yourself to magically transform your life in areas of health, your career, your money, your success, fame, your love life, and things like that. All topics are covered over there. And the third tier is the superhuman tier, where I have added all the benefits of all these previous tiers. Plus, I have added some EFT videos, as well as I'm adding frequencies and subliminals that I will be making myself. Okay, so if you're interested, then you can definitely check it out. It's a one-stop shop for everything that you require to transform yourself from the root level. All right. So I would be happy to see you there, my love. So now let's get into your reading and I'll see you in your piles. Peace. All right, so pile one. For those of you who chose pile one, let's dive in. By the way, this is going to be playing in my background. This is a video that I have uploaded on my channel, and it's the Shield of Invincibility, defense against any kind of dark energy or black magic or evil eye that is sent my way. So I'm listening to this. You can listen to this as well in the year of 2025 whenever you feel like there is some evil eye on you, or there is someone trying to block your finances or sending you dark energy or being very envious of you, jealous of your progress, success, etc. That audio is for you. Okay, and you can read its description box for how you can basically listen to it. Okay, for permanent results basically. So let's tap into it for you. Pile one, 2025 predictions for pile one, spirit. What is it that they need to focus on in the year of 2025 for pile one? All right. So pile one, what is it that spirit is asking you to focus on in the year of 2025? The first thing I'm hearing is nutrition. Okay. Your body needs nutrition, I'm hearing. And it's probably because either you have not been focusing as much on nutrition, or you have been lacking the discipline to go at nutrition in a way that you would have liked in past, which is during 2024. You have not been able to focus at it as much, or even if you focused at it, it was more scattered in the sense that you focused on it a little bit and then you let go of it because you couldn't do it further. And then you were craving certain foods that were not good for you again. And so you were either going into circles, or basically you did not focus on it at all. So Spirit is saying that in 2025, it's very, very important that you focus on your nutrition. What are you putting in your body? What kind of supplements have you added to your daily routine? Okay. Which also is something that I'm picking up for your pile here, is you need to focus on what is your daily routine. Like, since the moment you wake up in the morning, what are you putting into your body, as well as what are you putting or what are you consuming through your mind, or what kind of thoughts are you surrounding yourself with, the kind of people and their thoughts that is influencing you to make your decisions. What kind of people are they? There's a lot of self-reflection that's coming up for you in the year of 2025, because this will totally change the game for you in your life. This year has the power to completely transform the way that you have been living your life up until now. Okay, so this is your year of transformation. This is your year of looking at your weaknesses, in the sense, and not all weaknesses, but focusing on one weakness and totally giving your devotion to it, focusing on it, right? And the first thing I'm picking up with that is food. Okay, so food is very, very important for you to focus on in the year of 2025. Now, another thing I'm picking up is uh, I can definitely recommend you something for this, pile one. Okay, so in the morning when you wake up, in the morning when you wake up, you can have soaked almonds. Okay, you need to have 4 soaked almonds. You need to have 2 soaked walnuts. You need to have, I don't know what that dry fruit is called in English. In Hindi, we call it anjeer. So you can just go on Google and type anjeer and uh, translate anjeer into English, and you will know exactly which one I'm talking about. Those you will have 2. And you know what? I'm going to give this remedy to you in the comment box below. Okay, I'll pin the comment down below for this particular supplement that you need to have, which is all natural. Like, you don't need any supplements if you have these. Okay, and there are raisins. Yeah, the 4th dry fruit is the raisins. Okay, so yeah, these will be soaked basically, but the almonds and walnuts will be soaked in one bowl, and in another bowl you will soak the other dry fruit which I was talking about, anjeer and raisins. And the the water that you soak the raisins in, that water you can drink in the morning, whereas the other water of almonds and walnuts in the other bowl, you're going to throw that water off, and you're going to peel the almonds and the walnuts before you consume them. And when you consume them, once you wake up in the morning, you will eat all of that. You will put all of the 4 things in your mouth, and you will make it into a paste, and then you will gulp it. And then after 1 hour of consuming that is when you start eating your food. Okay, personally, I'm seeing a lot of changes with this particular supplementation that I'm doing with dry fruits. I'm seeing a lot of changes. I'm seeing a lot of calmness in my nervous system through this. Okay, so this will help you a lot. Pile one. Okay, this is something I'm picking up for you. Specifically, it will help you with your hair, skin, nails, any kind of illnesses. It is going to strengthen your immune system, basically. Okay, if some of you want to include more fruits and vegetables in your diet in the year of 2025, this would be great. Okay, if you also want to include a lot of greens in your diet, that would be great. But also growing plants in your home, in case you don't have plants, growing plants in your home will connect you to the consciousness of the plant kingdom in a way, and it's going to help you basically feel like there's a lot of growth that is happening. Even if at times you could feel stagnant in 2025, growing a plant would like give a message to your subconscious mind that things are moving forward, even if things are stagnant, right? So that is coming through for you as well. Okay. Now again, with the child orphan here, this is giving me the energy of pile one. I feel like you have a wound. Okay, there is a wound here which makes you go back to unhealthy things for yourself. Things that are not good for you, you keep going back to them because somewhere there is a wound within your inner child. Okay, and this wound within your inner child is a wound of, I'm hearing, abandonment, loneliness, not being cared for enough. Okay, not being loved on a level that you have always wanted to be loved. This is a wound that is meant to be addressed in the year of 2025, which is what keeps drawing you back to unhealthy people, unhealthy food, unhealthy addictions. This has to be looked at in the year of 2025, because 2025 has the opportunity to transform your life for good, forever. Okay, but you have to be disciplined. You have to structure your routine in such a way where you are including healthy addictions in your routine, and you're letting go of unhealthy addictions, right? So here, with Child orphan, I'm picking up you felt orphaned in your childhood. Either you could be an orphan yourself, and so there is a lack of feeling like you can choose an identity, I'm hearing. Interesting. So in the year of 2025, at times you could feel like at a loss of identity or not knowing what identity to choose. Okay. And Spirit is saying that all is self, file one. Everything that you see around you, every person, every planet, every star in the sky, every universe, every whatever you can think of, is all you. Okay. So whenever you feel that you are unloved, that you are unsupported, that you have never been loved, you have never been supported, every time you go back into that victim consciousness, you are being reminded by Spirit that there's a lot more to you than what is visible to your two small naked eyes. Okay. Because this human body has not been designed to be capable of understanding its own limitlessness without discipline and persistence towards spiritual practices that can enable a person to do so. It's not designed to know that innately, which is why there is suffering, which is why there is a lot of pain that people go through so that they can go back to their spiritual practices. They can go back to that routine that grounds them in this reality, that makes them feel like if nobody loved me, I love me. The stars love me. The nature loves me for providing me water, air, so that knowing in yourself is something that you are meant to focus on, that groundedness, that centeredness in this reality, because some of you have this ability to go and fly off into the ethers. You could be very, very spiritual, or you could be someone who could be an overthinker. You could be an extremely rational person as well. You're always in your thoughts, you're always thinking or overthinking or analysis paralysis. You could really cook up stories in your mind that are not real. um, yeah, that's something I'm picking up very strongly. Okay. So Spirit is asking you to focus on a lot of things in your life that constantly change versus there are some things that never change, right? So focusing on the permanence behind life. Although life is constantly changing, you are constantly changing, people are changing up on you constantly, but there are some things that never change. They are permanent. They remain stable. They remain solid. And those are very few things. Not many things in life do not change, but they hold the reality together. Right? The permanence of the elements, the permanence of nature providing bounty to its humanity is permanent and it's abundant in nature, right? So there's something about tapping into the gratitude and the blessings of being alive and focusing on that attitude of gratitude towards your life, towards humanity, towards the self is going to be very fruitful for you. This is something that you need to practice on the daily. You need to add a gratitude journal to your everyday life. Basically feeling grateful for maybe 5 things in a day and doing that in your journal for the rest of the year, every day, 5 things. You're going to write down 5 things you're grateful for today, and then tomorrow when you wake up, and then day after tomorrow when you wake up. Okay. This is something very, very important for you that Spirit is asking you to focus on, because this will align you with your spiritual nature, your true nature. Okay. So child orphan card says independence based on learning to go it alone, right? So Spirit is also asking you that since you have been through a lot in your life already, and at times you could have felt lonely because you have been through so much alone. And at times you could feel like nobody really understands this version of you that has been through so much alone. And that makes you even more alone because now you cannot share that with others, because either they will think that you're bragging about yourself, or they might think that you are like you're a weirdo, or you don't fit in, or you're an outcast, you don't belong to society, or whatever, blah, 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 right? People would attribute certain categories to who you are because of that. And that's how you feel about it. Okay. And so Spirit is saying that use that loneliness, use that uniqueness of your journey to your advantage, to get closer to your spiritual nature, to get closer to your true self. It doesn't have to be a curse. It doesn't have to be something that is doom and gloom where you're always going to be alone and you're always going to be sorry for yourself because nobody ever understood you. It doesn't have to be that way. In fact, the most powerful souls on this planet have to go through a lot. All right? People who have made it somewhere in life today have been through a lot to be there. Okay? Not one soul who hasn't been through anything has made it in life on a higher level, on a higher frequency. So you need to understand that, right? And there's a certain level of detachment that you are being asked to master in the year of 2025, where you detach from influences of other people and consumerism of other people. I'm hearing like there is a need or a necessity to tap into your uniqueness in the year of 2025. What makes you you? What makes you unique? What makes your journey unique? And focusing on that, focusing on what makes you stand out. Even those famous people and people who go viral or people who create content that is very different, they do it out of a sense of showing their weirdness, their quirkiness, something that makes them stand out. It's always different, right? Like it blows our minds when we see something go viral and we're like, what? Like we couldn't think of it. Like it doesn't make sense at times. Things that go viral don't make sense, like at times. It's like, what the heck was that, right? And that goes viral. So that is what I'm talking about. Like tapping into that weirdness within you is something that is what you're being asked to focus on. Like expand that weirdness, expand your inner child's quirks. Okay, so inner child work is very, very heavy in the year of 2025 for you. No matter what your real childhood was like, how are you parenting that inner child of yours now? How are you talking to that inner child in the year of 2025? What name have you given them? How do you feel about them? How do they feel about you? How did they feel when they were abandoned as a child? How did they feel when they never knew what their true identity was or their parents' true identity was? Or how did they feel when their parents neglected them? Did you ever ask them? So in 2025, Spirit is asking you to ask your internal child that there were times when maybe you went without food or there were struggles in your life. How did the child feel at that point when others could afford things that your parents couldn't afford for you, or things like that? Pile one. Okay. And this is going to help you conquer the fear of surviving. And it's going to also help you understand survival mode, because people always want to get out of survival mode. But I would say sit in it. Sit in the survival mode. Witness how there are so many people still stuck in the survival mode, just as you, right? Observe yourself in survival mode. How much chaos and chaotic do you feel in your body, within your nervous system? How do you feel? Pile one. What are the vibrations you feel? What are the thoughts you get in that mode, right? Since you are already in the game of life, why not observe it? Why not confront it by observing it, right? So Spirit is genuinely asking you to look at where you have been in survival mode, or where, due to your upbringing or neglect of upbringing or a harsh upbringing, have you been harsh to yourself? Have you been neglectful of yourself? Have you been in survival mode for yourself? Where have you been doing that to yourself? Where have you not been giving time to yourself because of worldly demands on you, because of family demands on you, because of friends demands on you? Is life controlling you, or you controlling life? Or are you in control of yourself, or others in control of you? And how do you take your power back in that sense? Pile one. Okay. There's a lot of self-awareness with the treading here. And treading is reminding me of like treading lightly, right? That's something I'm picking up with that energy. Tread lightly, right? So something about being lightweight, okay? Not carrying the burdens of the world on your shoulder, not carrying the burdens of others in your family, in your friend circle on your shoulder. That's what you need to focus on, is to lighten yourself, lighten the load on your back of carrying multiple people's expectations off of you, or wanting to be the good person all the time, or wanting to betray yourself at the expense of whatever it is that you hold dear to you. Okay? Yeah. Proceed with caution and sensitivity, correct behavior, and act responsibly. So there is something about taking responsibility for yourself this year. It's finally taking responsibility for all the times that you were careless about yourself, that you had incorrect behavior towards yourself, that you did not behave correctly towards yourself because you were put down in that way by others. So you developed an inner critic, an inner bully that would bully you down, that would critique you down to the T, right? Proceeding with caution in terms of how are you developing a relationship with yourself now that you are growing and you're taking responsibility to be a responsible adult in your life. I'm getting a lot of Saturn influence here, Saturn energy I'm getting, Uranus energy as well I'm getting. Like tapping into that side. You could be an Aquarian, you could be a Capricorn here for pile ones. Okay, very specific energy coming through. Okay, so taking responsibility. I feel like in the year of 2025, it is going to ask you to take a lot of responsibility. Okay, and for you to take responsibility, you have to first take responsibility of self. And if your inner kingdom is filled with chaos and other people's opinions and their judgments upon you, and you wanting to put yourself in a box to perform according to others' judgments, that is not going to work out in your favor. Pile one. Okay, that is a wrong conduct towards yourself. Tread lightly, spirit says. Okay, because spirit is very protective of the true you, the real you. But the egoic you, or the you that has the ego mask on, wants to sabotage the true you. So this is an inner war in the year of 2025 that you are about to conquer and master and come out triumphant and victorious from. So it's time to understand the delicateness or the fragility of the egoic self. Okay, because it will trigger you to go back into old patterns, old habits, old belief systems, old ways of treating yourself, old ways of being in relationships that are no good for you, that are toxic for you, or being drawn to things or people that neglect you or are distant from you, are detached from you, are not available for you emotionally, etc., etc. And that is your cue right there to see how you would not treat yourself. And when you would not treat yourself like that, how can you allow someone else to treat you like that? Period. Pile one. Right? Wow. This has been an enlightening reading right here. Like, I just can't stress that enough. Okay. And we're already 24 minutes in. And then we have stillness here. I mean, I was just channeling off of these three cards until now. Now I'm on the fourth, and this is just 24 minutes in, and I have other cards here as well. So hang on, okay? Stay here with me. We have stillness. Spirit is asking you that every time you have a decision to make, or you have a person to invite into your life, or you have to make a very important decision in your career, go to a place of stillness within you where you know that you have yourself and your silence, and that is where you draw your power from. That is where you draw your energy from, is your own stillness. That stillness is endless. That stillness never stops. That stillness is an abundance of infinite energy, infinite resources, infinite ideas, infinite wisdom that is at the core of you. It's inside you. There is no one outside yourself that can be that source for you. There is no one outside of yourself that you can derive happiness from, derive validation from, derive company from, derive a source of pleasure from. It first starts with yourself. So how can you give to yourself everything that you expect others to give to you? How do you begin that relationship with yourself where you don't feel guilty for loving on you? You don't feel guilty for being in your own company, or you don't feel bad or sad that you're alone, or you go into that victim consciousness that I'm all alone and I don't deserve this and I don't deserve that. Spirit is saying, look at that when that gets triggered. It is triggering your child orphan energy. It is triggering your abandonment. And whenever you are triggered, whenever there are important decisions to make, and either you don't have other people to tell you what to do, or you have a lot of noise about to tell you to do something that they want you to do, you need to come back to stillness. Don't make any decisions based on rash impulse, based on people telling you what to do, or based on you doing it from a space of victim consciousness, from a space of lack consciousness. Okay, and be responsible towards yourself. Don't fall back into habits that are going to sabotage you. And whenever you are falling off, whenever you're falling back into those habits, be responsible for self. Go back to stillness. Go back to being alone and doing some meditation. 10 minutes of silence every day. No audio, no nothing, just you with yourself. Letting all those unconscious thoughts, unconscious patterns, unconscious suppressed energy come off of you, at least for those 10 to 15 minutes every day. This will totally transform your life. I'm telling you, pile one. This is why I did this reading. I wanted to specifically focus on what is it that you need to focus on, because your focus expands everything that you focus on. And when you do this self-help work, when you're helping yourself, it's like nobody can stop you from mastering yourself. And isn't that the goal at the end of the day, pile one? Isn't that the ultimate goal of this life anyway? Is my question to you. Let me know in the comments down below, right? Wow. So let's just get some tarot cards right here, like, or let's get some oracle cards. if there's anything else that you need to know apart from this. But I think this was very enlightening, to say the least. File 1, you let me know in the comments, okay? You need to also focus on more nature retreats, or more time focused on self, okay? Self, yeah. This is going to bring you a lot of money, literally, okay? Like, this is crazy how that came out like that. Okay, money will be coming to you. I'm hearing money will be raining on you. And I feel like you could have been feeling like maybe there's a problem with your money energy, or you have been struggling with money since 2024 or throughout 2024. And that's because there could have been someone in your life who took up your energy, who you did not protect yourself from, did not defend yourself from, because you trusted them, you relied upon them in some way. And Spirit is now asking you to be more self-aware, conduct yourself in a way that is going to treat you in the utmost care, with the utmost care and respect possible, right? That is what Spirit is asking you to do this year, okay? And also focusing on your money, focusing on manifesting money. Yeah, hand, I'm hearing, okay, interesting, hand, money, hand. I'm hearing lucky hands, like you. So this year is your lucky year for money, like receiving your bounty, receiving the abundance that you deserve this year, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So either you need to focus on you being able to help people with money, or you need to focus on being able to receive money in the proper way, okay? Because money will be coming to you and you are in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So there's something coming through where maybe in the past you have been needing a lot of guidance, and that has not led you to the right channels or the right people. And that's why Spirit is saying you have everything within yourself, right? But because you have felt alone, you have wanted to ask others, or you have wanted to always diversify. Spirit is saying that there are answers within your stillness that will allow you to receive without doing anything, or miracles will occur in terms of your money if you just sit still and listen to yourself, to your silence, to the wisdom of your silence and behind your silence. And there's another aspect of this that's coming through, that once you do this, you will also be able to help others financially solve their problems this year. So if there is something with regards to money where either you've been struggling with money, or you have not been managing your money well, or you have not been investing your money correctly, this year is the year to focus on how to basically do it correctly. Being responsible with money, being responsible with how much is coming in, how much is going out, having a proper routine set for every time you're spending money, every time you're receiving money. And there's another thing that I'm going to shout out Nero Knowledge, because I've been watching his videos recently. Shout out to him. There are some things about him that I don't believe in, but there are some things I do trust in the information that he gives out. Just putting that out there. But with regards to money, he said in one of his videos that whenever you are giving out money to people, whenever you're spending, every time you spend money, you feel that you are losing that level of money or that amount of money from your pocket. You feel like you are at a loss every time you give. And that is a blockage in giving. Versus whenever you are receiving money, or whenever you want to receive money, there is a sense of feeling like that you feel guilty for taking money from someone, because you feel like they would be losing out on something, or you would already be like, no, I don't want that, thank you, like, or you would always stop them from giving you money, or you would feel guilty, or you have certain programming about money that stops you from basically believe that money can be used for good or evil. Money in itself is not an evil entity or a good entity. It's a tool and it flows. Okay. And so when you have a blockage in giving or receiving money, then that is where you are facing financial issues in your life. How do you rectify that? Every time you give money to someone, you bless them in your mind, because they are God, okay? Or they are the universal consciousness, just like you are, right? So whenever you're giving to someone, you're not losing anything, because you're just giving to yourself. And when you see it that way, when you see it as you're giving to yourself, when you're giving to others, it will completely transform your relationship with money. You won't feel like you're losing anything. In fact, you're gaining something out of it, right? And the same thing with receiving is, when you're receiving money, you are God and you are meant to receive just as much as you're meant to give, right? So when you know that you are God and the other person who's giving to you is God, then there is no reduction in anything, or there is no increment in anything. It just is what it is. It is what is deserved. by all gods and goddesses, right? So that is how Nero Knowledge has explained that concept, and I feel like maybe you will benefit from watching some of his videos. I personally do not believe in everything that he says, but some things that he says in some of his videos really clicked with me. So I just had to put it out there for you, pile one, okay? Because you might benefit from his channel. So I would definitely ask you to watch his channel in the year of 2025, see what nuggets of wisdom you can gain from there as well. Okay, my love. Now let's get your tarot cards, and then I'll give you a self-care advice, and I will give you a spell for you as well. So if you have stayed until now, stayed here until now, then Spirit is thanking you for that. Okay. To invest in yourself is, I'm hearing, the greatest treasure in life. Like truly, truly, pile one. Okay. And I thank Spirit for like putting me in the position on YouTube to do this in the first place. Like this is incredible. This is next level for me. Like this is another level for me where I can speak my heart out to you people, I can just speak my heart out and I can channel psychic energy for you. Like it's a gift in and of itself. So thank you for that, my love. Okay. And this is just itself reminding me of how grateful you need to be as well in the year of 2025, right? Which we focused on. So let's see. Pile. Spirit tap me into pile one. Anything else that they need to know and they need to focus on in the year of 2025? What do they need to focus on in the year of 2025 for pile one? Okay, we have Knight of Cups reverse. We have Lovers. Let me see if it's visible. Okay, we'll keep it here then. Hold on. Not going to take too many cards. Okay, so we have the Lovers. We have the Knight of Cups reverse. Okay, let's see what else, Spirit. For pile one, what is it that they need to focus on? We have Hierophant wants to go upright, so we'll keep it upright. And one more, Spirit. For pile one, what is it that pile one needs to focus on in the year of 2025? There it is. We have, oh wow, you have like literally 3 major arcanas, pile, okay, and we have 10 of wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so pile one, what are you being asked to focus on in the year of 2025? The first word that I got from Lovers is choices. Okay, the choices that you are making in terms of the kind of people that you allow into your space, into your heart space, into your mental space. Okay, this is very, very imperative, pile one, because I feel like you are a very, very gentle, kind-hearted person, but there is a level of discernment and a level of perspective that is required for you to master yourself in the year of 2025. And it is to be able to make the right choices with the kind of company you keep in terms of your love life, in terms of your career, in terms of the kind of job that you want to do, or the kind of career that you want to choose for yourself, or whatever career you have chosen. Is that the right path for you, or is something else destined for you? What do you feel? Go back to stillness to figure that out for yourself. But the main important point here is that 2025 is going to be the year that is going to test your love life, and it is going to test your discipline. It is going to test your structure. Okay, and this structure and this discipline and this love energy will be first tested towards yourself, which is why everything that I covered about what you need to focus on was based on internal work. Because once you master that internal work, the external work becomes easier and easier and easier and easier, right? And so Lovers with the Knight of Cups reverse, this is, I'm picking up, you have had a pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable people or emotionally manipulative people who could have promised you 10,000 different things and never came through with those promises, or could have wanted to be serious with you and told you they wanted to be serious with you, but never came through with that seriousness when it really counted. So you have had people who abandoned you constantly, who have left you abandoned constantly, triggering that childhood wound again and again and again. Spirit is saying to focus on that wound once and for all in the year of 2025. And the medicine for that wound is in your stillness, is also in your practices of discipline and routinely following those practices and those spiritual practices, because that is totally going to change your destiny for you. You are going to choose yourself, and you're going to change your destiny when you choose yourself. When everyone abandons you, who do you choose? There's only one person in that room, yourself. Okay, and that is what is something that you are being asked to focus in the year of 2025. And this will take you to another level of mastery of self. Okay. Now, for others of you, I'm picking up that there are certain beliefs about maybe the way that you view traditional marriage versus the way that you view relationships. That would come into the picture as well. And Spirit is asking you, like, what do you believe in? Do you believe in a long-term marriage? Do you believe in short-term relationships? Or do you believe in polyamory? Do you believe in monogamy? That is something that you need to focus on. Like, what do you believe in? What is your true expression? Without anybody else's judgments or opinions of what you should like or what you should be in favor of. What do you feel completely free in? Do you feel completely free in monogamy? And do you even want freedom in the first place in love? What do you want in love? So you need to focus on what do you want at the root level, what will satisfy you at the root level. And that doesn't come from others, it comes from yourself. And once you figure out what that root need is within you, how can you give that root need to yourself? And once you start giving that to yourself, you will see how others will give it to you. Period. Okay. Wow, that's literally the main message of your pile. I'm going to now give you a self-care advice for the year of 2025. Okay, and I'm also going to read this for you. By the way, the food card, it says here, what is no longer sustaining you in real life? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself in the year of 2025. Okay, what is no longer sustaining you in real life? Where do you see yourself in the food chain? Is your life abundant or are you lacking? Sorry, is your life abundant or are you lacking in any area? Okay, so those are questions you need to ask yourself in the year of 2025. Let's get some self-care advice for you as well. Spirit, tap me into pile 1. Any self-care advice for pile 1? Any self-care advice for pile 1? Spirit is saying something that will be very healing for your soul is like, I don't know, researching aliens or like learning about your psychic abilities, learning about your supernatural powers as a human. Like, I don't know, it's going to soothe your soul, I'm hearing. Okay, in the year of 2025. A lot of spiritual development happening for you. Yours is a very, very spiritual pile 1, okay? But it's also practical because we are grounding that spirituality into practicality here, okay? So Spirit, any self-care advice for pile 1 pertaining to the Spirit? Any self-care advice for pile 1 pertaining to the Spirit? Also, you need to listen to that frequency, okay? That frequency, especially if you feel like a lot of negativity surrounding you or a lot of dark thoughts are within you, okay? The frequency on my channel, which is a defend against black magic and evil eye, okay? Okay, interesting. So we have sleep and rest. And one more, Spirit. Okay, I think I'll just take one from this. And I'm going to read you the food card as well, okay? If it has any messages for you. So with the sleep and rest, this is giving me the energy of, yeah, do not feel guilty for the stillness whenever you take time out to be still or to be alone. And take time out, like whenever you are invested in a lot of people or doing a project with a lot of people or invested in your family a lot of the times, because that could be something that people are demanding off of you. Don't feel guilty to take time off from them just because you're not invested in them and you're doing you. Don't feel selfish about it. Remember, the greatest work happens when you are by yourself and you are becoming more and more self-aware. You're realizing your inner potential. You're realizing who you truly are, detached from everything that connects to you or attaches to you. Okay, so don't feel guilty about it, is what Spirit is saying. Let's see if the food card has any messages. 19. So your basic needs for emotional and mental nourishment. Yeah, literally, that's what I channeled, and then this card also says the same thing, right? Exactly. Okay. So the themes of this card is being hungry. Okay, so tapping into that hunger energy, like what are you hungry for in the year of 2025? What do you feel hungry for? What do you feel like you haven't been fed in life? Focusing on that basic need of hunger. Okay. What are you hungry for in life? Then I get another theme is celebrating at a party. So some of you could be going to a lot of parties, a lot of gatherings this year. Okay, so ensure that you are recovering properly from those parties, especially if there's a lot of like unhealthy substances, foods, drinks, whatever it is. Okay, ensure that you are going back to your stillness and balancing yourself out. Okay, and how to make your life into a party. Okay, not that there are special occasions for life to be a party, but how can you have gratitude for every day in your life that it is a party to be alive in the first place? How can your life be on that level every day? But not literally at a party level, but at a gratitude level, right? That's what I'm picking up. Rotten food. Interesting. So what is rotten in your consciousness? What is stagnant? What is stale? What has been kept in your consciousness for too long that is now rotting? It's stinking, it's smelling, it's not consumable anymore, it's not applicable anymore in your life. What is that? Okay. Okay. So these are some things I'm getting. Fighting for food is also coming through. Interesting. So fighting for what it is that you are hungry for. Okay. And look at that. Okay. So this is the first card we got for you for your advice. And at the bottom of this deck, we have self-exploration, right? Which is everything that I have been explaining in this reading. Peel off the false persona and get to know yourself to find the truth. Find your truth specifically, right? That's what you're doing in the year of 2025. Okay. So let's get you a nice spell. And in case these are just some very small spells that you can do, and if you get any positive results, then you can join my alchemist tier where I have a lot of different spells, and I also have my superhuman tier where I have my pick cards as well as my both the benefits basically, okay, of my alchemist and my prophetic tier, which is pick a card tier, as well as EFT videos, etc. Okay, you can check out my Patreon for extra content. Okay, so let's see, any spell spirit that you recommend for pile one. There you go. Interesting. And the spell you got, pile one, is divining decisions. It says here, many witches carry a pendulum with them to help make decisions. Take a strong string or length of leather and tie a ring, gemstone or crystal to the end. By the light of the new moon, take a bundle of sage, light one end and pass the smoke over your pendulum, smudging and purifying your space. Holding the pendulum still, chant, guide me to the path of truth. Goddess, hear my song. This pendulum I charge with my energy, to judge right from wrong, so mote it be. Anytime you need advice before making a decision, dangle the pendulum and observe its movement. Swaying from front to back means yes, left to right means no. So there you have it, pile one. Since I spoke about your decision making, which is going to be key in the year of 2025, here is a spell for you to address that issue as well, right? Isn't it great how like spirit just comes through for us like this? It's beautiful. Okay, another reason to be grateful for this reading as well. All right, Paiwan. So I'm grateful to be able to do this for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this. The zodiac signs I'm seeing are Sagittarius, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus. These are the zodiac signs I'm seeing here. Okay. So thank you so much, pile one, and pile two. Welcome to your pile. I'm so happy to have you here. So I'm literally listening to my own frequency here, and this is the shield of invincibility, defend against black magic and evil eye permanently. Okay, if you haven't checked out this frequency this year, you need to play this frequency. Okay, you can read the description box of this frequency to check out exactly how it helps you. Okay, but this will help you get rid of any negative energy in and around you permanently. Okay, that's the kind of work I do on YouTube. Okay, and you can definitely check it out if you need it, my love. Okay, now let's tap into your reading and basically see what is it that pile 2 needs to focus on, spirit. Please tap me in. Just grounding myself a little bit, pile 2. As I just finished pile 1, had a little bit of water, and that pile was around 49 minutes long, so my voice definitely goes for a toss, because I definitely continuously speak in those piles. So, yeah, let's tap into it, my love. Please, if you would like to support me, please do share a like. Okay, give me a like, a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Okay, this really helps me as a creator on YouTube, my love. Okay, all right. So let's see. So the first card you got for yourself is intuition. Wow, I love that for you, pile two. Okay, so let's get this deck here. Spirit, tap me into pile two. What is it that pile two is meant to focus on in the year of 2025? What does pile two need to focus on in the year of 2020? Ooh, okay, we have simplicity. Okay, so I'm gonna take that. All right. Then we have this one, Let's get that. Spirit, start me into pile 2. What is it that pile 2 needs to focus on in the year of 2025? We have the Wanderer. Ooh, okay. Powerful pile. Okay, contemplation. And then we have gathering together. Interesting. Okay. And let's get one of the archetype cards for you for pile 2. Spirit, tap me into pile 2. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Okay. So pile 2. What are you being asked to focus on in the year of 2025? Okay. So pile 2. I feel like you are the kind of a person who has a lot of intuitive knowing, but you don't trust your intuition. Okay. You don't trust when your intuition asks you to maybe take a leap of faith towards a particular passion or towards a particular person. Okay. I'm hearing you have trust issues with your intuition. You have trust issues with your spirit guides. I'm hearing. Interesting. And this is a download that I was getting for a particular collective reading, but then this came out in pile 2. So that's interesting. So this will be like a collective reading for a lot of you who are maybe also tapping in from other piles. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like pile 2, you have been facing these issues because you feel like in the past you have made a lot of decisions that have been blunders. Okay, like they have been disastrous, or you feel like you didn't make the right choice, or the person that you chose to be in your life or you chose to be with was not the right person for you, and it terrifies you to take another risk, or it terrifies you to choose a direction yourself or listen to your intuition, your inner nudge, your inner gut feeling as well. Like there's a disconnect from your third eye, I'm hearing. So your third eye could be needing a cleanse. Okay, as well as your solar plexus and your sacral chakra. All these three chakras are meant to be focused on by you, but specifically your third eye. Okay, um, because I feel like because you fear making a decision, it blocks you from truly experiencing life in a way which would transform you into like a cheetah. Literally, I see cheetahs here. Okay, and cheetahs are very passionate, very aggressive, but at the same time very dominant. um they're very, very fast. They are known for their speed, right? So, and speed comes from their decisiveness. I'm hearing they're very decisive, that once they have locked onto a target, they don't let go, because they trust their intuition that they are going to end it for their target. Like they are going to gobble it up, and they have their sights set on that and they are going to achieve it. And I feel like with you, Paldu, there has been a lack of confidence in self, in the sense that if you aim for the moon, you might land in the stars or on the stars, right? Like there is a lack of belief that that is even possible. Or because I think either other people could have shot your dreams down, or other people could have made you doubt your decisions and made you feel like you always make horrible decisions, or you're not at all good at decision making, and that could have blurred your lenses, or that could have like made your lens dirty, in the sense where now you see yourself in this manner, that you're not capable of making the right decisions, right? So that's interesting to me. And Spirit is asking you to focus on that in the year of 2025. Is where do you feel that you have not made the right decision in the past, or you have made wrong decisions in the past, right? And what did that lead to? Okay, so this is talking about journaling about this. What did that lead to? And you will write a paragraph about it, or 2 pages about it, or 10 pages about it. That is up to you. Once you write down what that decision led to, you're going to write down, what did it teach you? Whatever it led to, what did it teach you? Okay, and once you write down what that taught you, you are exactly going to know what you have integrated within yourself. Because once we understand the lesson behind the test, then we are able to integrate it within our being, so that we don't lack trust within our intuition anymore to go forth, because now we have the wisdom, we have the knowledge that we have transformed into wisdom. Okay, and it's through the awareness of that, it's through the focusing our attention on that, right? So maybe you haven't been able to do that, and Spirit is asking you to simplify your thought process. Like maybe you overcomplicate how you see your own intuition or your own decision making. You overcomplicate it because people overcomplicated it for you. People make you think like you are this complex being and you have so many horrible decisions that can lead you down horrible paths, and you are the one responsible for that, and you have taken all the responsibility for that. Okay, but 2025 is the year where you simplify, where you are like, okay, period. If this is how people have thought me to be or have expected me to be, I'm going to totally break that cycle. Like literally, right? I feel like people have felt you are too much, or like you demand too much, or you want too much out of them, or yeah, that's that. It's a wound right there. I'm picking up. You have a wound where people have always made you feel like you need to dim your light, or you need to dim your shine, or you need to be this version of you that is like in a corner and not expressing yourself too much, or not being too creative with your expression, or I don't know. Okay, but that's coming through very strongly here. And Spirit is saying, look at the areas in your life where people have done that to you, where people are doing that to you still, because you allow them to do that to you, because you place other people on a pedestal to the point where you forget the pedestal you were on, right? And Spirit is saying that will help you in making better decisions in your life once you know exactly everything you have integrated from your past mistakes. Because if you don't make a mistake, then you are not a human anymore. And if a person expects you to never make mistakes, and if you make mistakes, they make you up to be this like master at making mistakes or something, and make you feel guilty for it, or make you feel like you're too much for it. Or even if in a relationship you're demanding something and that person makes you feel like that is too much, like who do you think you are to demand so much from me, like you are not this or you're not that, and people wanting to shun you or make you small, like what did you learn from that pile two? What is it that it taught you? That is the number one key here that you need to focus on, because whatever it taught you are the lessons you are going to carry forward and master in the year of 2025, which will help you make better decisions, which will help you align with the right people, the right mindsets. Okay, that will help you in transforming into this cheetah, literally. Okay, search your heart for the right answers is coming through. So I feel like at times you feel like you don't have the right answer, or you don't know what to do, like, or in the past also you have struggled with knowing the right answer to the questions in your mind about maybe a person or a situation or a circumstance, or of why this happened to me, right? And Spirit is again prompting me back to that journal prompt, the same journal prompt. You will apply that to every question that you have in your heart to find the right answers, right? Because that will come from your heart once you write paragraphs on it. You're literally translating your heart frequency into words through a pen when you do that. Okay, then it says listen to messages that come from your intuition and follow through. So this is going to be a year when you are being guided to go to a certain cafe, and at times you feel reluctant to it because you feel like, no, I don't have the energy to do this. Or maybe you are being guided to a pottery class. Your intuition is like, let's do this pottery class. Your creative self-expression is like, oh, I'm game, let's do this. And you're like, no, at the end of the day, I suck at art and I don't think I'm going to be able to create anything. Spirit is saying you don't have to create anything for the sake of it being perfection in the first place. Like you can just create a mess, and that is called art. So Spirit is saying like even your mess is art. Like even your mess is something that is worth being priceless. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this. There are many artists in the world who sell expensive paintings, expensive art. But when you look at the painting, you are like, what the heck is that? Like that looks ugly or that looks weird. But that is art. They're selling it. And there's meanings that different people intuit from that same piece of art in different ways. That is the magic of imperfection and art, because art is imperfect. Art can never be perfect. It can never be perfect. And we have that artistic expression within us. And I feel like there's somehow you suppress your artistic expression, and you are being asked to focus on this by first of all simplifying your thought process towards it, because you have overcomplicated that thought process. Okay, so mastering your intuition is what you are being asked to focus on, and that can be focused by focusing on how you can simplify your life, or simplify your thought process, or simplify your self judgment towards yourself, knowing that you are a noob, that you are a rookie at life, and owning that label for a second, owning that amateur label for a second, owning the messiness of you, owning the chaos of you, owning the beginner's mind, owning it for a second. Then like a life or 1 year of a human's life can be dedicated to just owning the fact that I will always make mistakes, and I'm ready to make 10 more mistakes, and I'm ready to make 20 more mistakes. I'm ready to wander into the path that will allow me to make mistakes, because that's how I learn. How can you own to that aspect of yourself? Because once you take away the weight of always wanting to be perfect, or always wanting to come out with the right answers, or always wanting to have the right answers to life, you're placing so much weight on yourself that you have overcomplicated your life. And Spirit is saying the one thing that is going to help you this year is to travel, is to go on adventures, is to have more movement in your life, is to create, like, let your life move you. I'm hearing, let your life move you through chaos, or through challenges, and finding the stillness within that chaos, and finding the center of that chaos. Like, that's what I'm hearing. You need to be more comfortable in uncomfortable situations, or in uncomfortable zones, in discomfort. You need to find the comfort in that. This is the year of figuring out through your intuition how can you get into a space of unfamiliarity and be totally at peace with it. Be totally in mastery of it. This is some great alchemical work I'm seeing here. You do. Okay. Don't be afraid to be alone this year. Don't be afraid to broaden your horizons, because not many people can see the vision that you see. Not many people can channel the chaos that you can channel. Not many people can channel the stillness that you can channel within the chaos. That is your journey, pile 2. But it's all dependent upon how much you can simplify your thought process to be able to reach that goal. Okay? Travel light, I heard. Okay? Be ready for uncomfortable rides, or cancellation of plans, or delay of plans. Be ready for those things to happen this year, so that you can focus on mastering comfort in uncomfortable situations. This year is also asking you to accentuate the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So some of you have been in survival mode here, pile 2. Or it's like you can say you have been a slave to the matrix, you can say. And this year you are being asked to strip the programming of the matrix off of your eyes, off of your aura, off of your whatever. You are meant to step out of the matrix this year. And that's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be an adventure by itself. It's uncharted territory. But you're being asked to build a new world, I'm hearing, for people. Build a new way of income, build a new way of feeling comfortable in the uncomfortable energy, in the unfamiliar energy, so that you can help others do the same. Like, this is a life purpose reading right here that I'm picking up. Okay, so let's get more into this now. Spirit, tap me into pile 2. What is pile 2 meant to focus on in the year of 2025? What is pile 2 meant to focus on in the year of 2025? Also, you will be seeing signs of feathers. Just know that when you see a feather, it's you being asked to tap back into your intuition. Your intuition has all the answers for you. Okay, yeah, look at that. The torch of your intuition, literally. Okay, yeah. And then look at that there. What is it saying? Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. That is where you're headed. Okay, like, period. That is where you're heading this year. You are the light bearer. Like, you are taking the torch ahead so that other people can follow you. You are the one holding the light. You are the leader. It's like you are being molded into a leader. But before that, you need to be comfortable in the chaos. You need to master the chaos. You need to be comfortable making mistakes, and you need to make thousands of mistakes and be comfortable in making mistakes. I'm remembering this quote where a master is someone who has made more mistakes than the student, and that is what makes them the master, right? Or something like that, right? So you're being asked to kind of inhabit the energy of that student who has not made mistakes, or who feels like, who doesn't want to make mistakes, who is scared of making mistakes, to then mastering making mistakes and becoming a master by making mistakes. So this year you are being given like the wild ride card, or the wild card. I don't know how to like express what I'm feeling here, but it's this card that allows you to just be silly, be goofy with life, with reality, mold it and shape it how you want it to be. It's your life, it's your reality, it's your video game, it's yours. What do you want? Experiment with what do you want, right? Give me one more, Spirit. We have staff. And you know what? I felt like this is a saxophone or something, literally, okay? It's interesting, even though it's a staff. And staff is like something that old people hold, right? For support. And light is also, a torch is also something that you light when there's a lot of darkness around you, right? So that is what your energy is giving me here. And look at the yellow emanating from both these instruments here. Interesting. So what are you meant to focus on is, there will be times with the staff and the old man holding a staff here, and there's a lot of chaos around, like there's a lot of foggy energy around him. There will be times when you feel that you cannot make it to the other side, or the terrain is too difficult, or the flight is too turbulent, or the journey that you're on is too reckless. I'm hearing like it's something that you are meant to focus on, which is not many people can walk this path. Everyone cannot walk the path that you're about to walk in the year of 2025. And so you are meant to focus on how to spiritually stay centered and strong in knowing who you are, in knowing your own experiences and what awareness those experiences have brought you and what knowledge and understanding they have brought you, to be able to simply explain it to a 5-year-old as well. Like, I'm seeing you in that teacher role, like, or something like that, where once you understand that during those difficult, turbulent times, when people come through to help you, when people come through to understand and empathize with you making mistakes and still supporting you through those times, you will see how that period was beneficial for you to understand that there are people in the world that are not like the people that you have been around your whole life. Okay? And for that, you need to wander. You need to let yourself free. You need to let go of old shackles or old people or old chains that are holding you back or keeping you steady or stagnant in a place that you don't belong anymore. So this is giving me moving to a whole different country, moving to a whole different city, location, or traveling all over the world, or maybe solo traveling all over the world. I don't know. This is something that you know. This is something that you are drawn to. But Spirit is saying this is going to help you in elevating your knowledge, help you elevating your mindset towards mistakes. Because when you're alone, you mature a lot. When you adventure alone, you transform a lot. Right? So that's what's coming through here. Now let's get some tarot cards as well for you. But since the staff energy is coming through very strongly here, I feel like there will be one person who will support you through it all. Okay? And you're meant to focus on that person, because that person is going to teach you a lot about yourself, about who you are on the inside, that is being reflected on the outside. Okay? And how other people in your past could not reflect that back to you because they haven't done the inner work to reflect that back to you. And that's where they were not able to mirror you properly, right? They were not the right mirrors in your life to be able to support you in the way that there are other people who will be joining your journey in 2025 who will be able to support you, right? Yeah, 10 of Swords, literally. Okay? And there's an owl there as well. Give me more, Spirit, on pile. Give me more on pile 2. What is pile 2 meant to focus on in the year of 2025? 8 of Pentacles. Death card. Yeah, I felt that death card like in this whole spread. Knight of Swords reverse. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So pile 2, what are you being asked to focus on in the year of 2025? Well, you are being asked to focus on times when you have betrayed your intuition and stayed stuck in a pattern, in a cycle, or in a situation with a person that is no longer serving you. And I feel like because you have a big heart, you have given them chances upon chances upon chances, and they have still betrayed you. And you feel like, why am I such a good person and I still get backstabbed, or I still get lied to, or I still get, But that's because you are being a good person, but you are not detaching from the circumstance to see how much inner work that other person has done. Just because you are a good person doesn't mean the other person has done that level of inner work to karmically be a good person, to be able to be good to you. They don't have enough wisdom. They don't have enough experiences as a soul to behave that way towards you. And because you selfishly expect that you are good and you should be treated good by that same person that you demand to behave good, that's just placing a lot of misery onto yourself. And this year is asking you to focus on every time you have betrayed yourself in that way, and how you are not and never going to do that again to yourself. How you are going to master your pain and transmute your pain and transmute your chaos into mastery, into self-mastery of self-transformation, of killing that old version of yourself that expected and demanded others to do what you want them to do and be good to you because you're good to them. Kill that version of you, detach from that version of you. That version of you doesn't serve you anymore, because that version of you will only make you feel hurt whenever they do it to you again, because they are not ready to do this work, because this work is not easy work either. Pile 2, self-mastery is not easy work. It's a pain in the AWS, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm sure you know that too, because you have been into self-help, you have been into tarot, you've been into these things and that thing, and you know it's tough. It's not a delulu world where you just want to create your reality, you just manifest your reality and what you want. It's not all easy, right? There are times when things get really rash and turbulent. So some people can get through it easily, some people don't even have to face it because they are spoiled and they are new souls and they need to learn it in that their own way and their own pace. And you're no one to judge that either, right? So when you take control of your life force and your direction in life, when you trust your intuition in killing the versions of yourself that holds on to things because of attachment and your egoic desires to attach to people and control people, and you let go of overthinking and thought processes that keep controlling you, in the sense where it keeps making you feel that this person did wrong to me and they deserve the wrong, they deserve to be punished, or they deserve to have karma, or whatever that thought process is, that at times it comes up from your shadow, it creeps up from your shadow. Spirit is saying that you need to confront those in the year of 2025, and the only way to confront those is by understanding the whys of things, why it happened, what lesson you learned from it. And once those lessons are integrated within you, you are now a newborn person. Now you don't need those lessons anymore. So this year is all about focusing on every cycle in your past that has brought you pain, that has brought you suffering, misery, mental misery, emotional misery, and how are you sabotaging yourself by staying stuck in those cycles? And how can you detach? And how can you let go of that version of you that holds on to dear life for the sake of how they know better about how extra you are, and how many mistakes you make, or how horrible are you, and how they are the perfect ones who can guide you, and how you have been following their guidance or taking support from the wrong people in your life because you're attached to them, because you fear leaving them, because you could be codependent on them, right? So the cycle of codependency, the cycle of overdependence is being broken in the year of 2025, where you are like, I'm taking my staff, I'm taking my torch, I'm packing lightly with simplicity, and I'm off, and I'm going where my intuition takes me. I'm no longer a slave of the matrix. I'm no longer a slave of the people in my life who want to control me through my pain, through causing me pain. And I am letting go of the sensitivities that were attached to these people who I care about deeply, but who only want to sabotage me, right? And that is leading to a lot of self-mastery here. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of money being made in the year of 2025 because you start focusing on what you truly want to do and not what others think you would be capable of, or something like that. Okay, so the zodiac signs I'm seeing are Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So let's get some advice for you then, pile 2. What's the advice for pile 2 spirit for 2025? What's the advice? What's the advice? And advice is definitely to follow your intuition. Wherever your intuition is leading you, maybe it's on a vacation, it's traveling solo, it's going out and meeting people who you would have not met before, being in a relationship with somebody who would not be your type in the past, going out of your comfort zone and letting your intuition guide you out of those comfort zones, not just doing it chaotically, but letting your intuition whisper to you, not in an urgent way, because there's a difference between the voice of your ego and the voice of your intuition. And that is what you're being asked to focus on this year, is how do you differentiate between those two voices? The ego voice will ask you to hurry up and make a decision. because either you will fail at it or you will be super successful at it and you should do it immediately. No. Your intuition is very slow, it's very steady, it's very patient. It doesn't force you into anything. It just nudges you with a whisper. And it's up to you. Okay? And it's a message of compassion too. It's very compassionate. Your intuition is compassionate. It is not this scary voice inside you. Okay? So let's see. Or a fear-inducing voice, I heard. Okay? So let's see, spirit. What's the advice for pile 2 pertaining to the spirit? What's the advice? Nutrition. Interesting. Some of you could be coming from pile 1. Okay? Spirit is asking you to focus on what it is that you're consuming as well. Okay? Because whatever it is that you're consuming is what is becoming of you. Now, this is also nutrition in terms of, have people been nutritious towards you? Have people been giving you certain affirmations or saying certain affirmations to you or speaking to you in a manner that is nutritious for your soul, that is nutritious for your higher self, that is leading you on your destined path? Or are people speaking words to you that are poisonous to you, right? They are unhealthy for you. They're toxic for you, basically, right? So the nutrition of your mind and what you let your mind consume is key in 2025. Okay, and some of you need to watch pile 1 because you have messages in pile 1 for 2025 as well, in case you're drawn to it. Okay, yeah, let's get one more. What is the advice for pile 2? This one wants to come out. We have kindness. Yes, interesting. Yeah, nutrition and kindness. I told you, like, are people kind to you? Because that is nutritious. But are you kind to people, and are you giving out and giving away all of your nutrition to people and becoming toxic yourself or becoming sour yourself, right? And when you are speaking to others, are you spreading nutrition or are you creating poison in people? How are you responding and reacting to life? When you surround yourself with toxins, you will only either spread those toxins or you will try to absorb all those toxins and still be kind to people and feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, right? And that's why Spirit is asking you to finally master being kinder to yourself this time around. In 2025, Spirit is giving you the opportunity to now be nutritious and kind to yourself. Okay, it says here, be guided by your heart, let go of logic and rationality. So this year is focusing not more on your mind, but on your heart. Intuition is the voice of your heart. The journaling is the voice of your heart being translated into paper. I have already spoken of those things to you. Doing some volunteer work is also coming through here. So advice is to doing some volunteer work that your heart feels full and you meet more kind people who are just like you. Okay, so that your faith in humanity is restored. I'm hearing your faith in humanity is restored because that is what is happening this year. 2025 is your year where your faith in humanity is restored again. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to read the intuition card for you. Okay, so it's number 34. We rarely hear the inward music, but we are all dancing to it nevertheless. You are faced with making an important decision. Trust your intuition. Ask for a sign from your spirit to help you make the best choice. Trust that this is the right choice for you right now. Make your choice in full awareness. Use both logic and the heart to find the answer. Honor your gut instinct. Pay attention to your body's reaction. How does it feel when you lean towards one side of the solution? If that inner voice tells you to walk away from a person or situation, listen. Rely on your intuition to help you solve your dilemma. Trust that your body is speaking to you through intuition. It is a reliable and accurate tool. Intuition needs to be cultivated. Practice it as often as you can. Life is about making choices, and it makes an interesting journey for those of you who choose the road less traveled. By making your intuition an ally, you will be led on the path that best suits your soul purpose. Success in life depends on making conscious choices, guided by spirit's representative, which is intuition. Be guided by signs. If you have an urge to speak to someone or join a group or head in a certain direction, then do so. There's a message from your spirit. Synchronicity is everywhere. You just need to be ready and trust your intuition to act on it. All right, pile 2, my love. So I'm going to give you a spell now. The spell in pile 1 will also be very helpful for you. So in case you're interested in that, definitely check out pile 1 and their spell. But I'm now going to check what spell you require particularly. Okay. So pile 2 spread, tap me into pile 2. What spell does pile 2 require pertaining to the spread for the year of 2025? Okay, that was quick. We have Cauldron Money Magic. Yeah, I told you money will be pouring in for you. We have the Queen of Coins here as well. Okay. Oh, and we have the 10 of Coins. Wow. So this is a big year for you. But I'm not doing predictions here, okay? I'm just doing what are you meant to focus on, because I wanted my pick a card to be unique, you know? I wanted to do 2025 predictions, but I wanted it to be different. I don't want the same 2025 predictions to happen on my channel. So I was like, what should I do differently? And this is what I wanted to do, okay? So the spell for you is Cauldron Money Magic. And it says to attract more money into your life, fill a pot partially with fresh water and place it on your altar during the new or waxing moon phase. Light a green candle and pour an offering of chamomile and mint tea into the pot. Pray aloud. I call upon you, gods and goddesses of old. Please come and fill my pot with gold. With harm to none and blessings to thee, I honor you for bringing me health and prosperity. Afterward, pour the water into your garden and imbue your home with the cauldron money magic. Wow, I love that spell for you, my love. So that is a bonus spell for you right there. If you are interested in more spells like this, which are very simple, easy to do, and with the ingredients available right in your kitchen, then you can definitely check out my superhuman tier as well as my alchemist tier, and check out the benefits there and see whatever suits you. And you can join our Patreon soul family there, or you can check out my picker cards on my prophetic picker card tier as well. All right. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this, if you got a lot out of it. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for tuning in, my love. And hey, Pile 3, welcome to my channel and welcome to your pile. So let's tap into it. By the way, I'm listening to this beautiful frequency that I have created on my channel. It's the shield of invincibility to defend yourself against any kind of black magic or evil eye. You can go on this video on my channel, okay, and you can read the description box and you can see whether this subliminal is going to help you in case you're feeling a lot of negativity or evil eye, okay. And this subliminal is meant to give you permanent results, and it's literally the shield of your divine mother. So if you're interested, you can check it out and see how you can get rid of any kind of dark energy or evil energy that has been sent your way by someone, etc., etc. Okay, my love. So let's tap in now and see what you need to focus on in 2025. For my pile 3, Spirit, tap me into pile 3. Just gonna ground myself a little, my love. Okay, I'm hearing knowledge. Interesting, because I was watching a video on this channel called Standing, and it's by Seven Bomar. I really love his lectures myself. So if you're into occult, or if you like to know about metaphysics and things like that, you like to research about these things, you can check out his channel. It's just amazing, okay? Like the amount of information he gives you. He's definitely one of those who is obsessed with knowledge, but in a good way, you know, and I enjoy his lectures. So and that gave me the keyword knowledge, okay. So 2025 should be a year when you focus very deeply on knowledge, okay, and building your skills with the help of knowledge. So Spirit is asking you to focus and tap into your skills. I'm hearing there's something you're very naturally good at, and Spirit is like you can improve it by practicing it and putting your knowledge to use. So something about researching about what you're naturally good at so that you can build it up to a skill level is what's coming through, okay. This could be like a natural talent as well, okay. So let's see, Spirit, what is pile 3 meant to focus on in 2025? I'm hearing public speaking, or taking public speaking classes. Let's see, what is, oh my god, we have action. Look at that. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So this year, 2025, is going to be all about you taking action, okay? And at the bottom, we have the body, okay? Interesting. So let's get a few more cards and then I'll channel the message for you. Pile 3. Spirit, tap me into pile 3. Tap into pile 3. What is pile 3 meant to focus on in 2025? We have thriving. Okay. Then we're going to take this oracle deck. Spirit, tap me into pile 3. What is pile 3 meant to focus on currently in 2025? We have the taming power of the small. Okay. And then we have this deck. What is pile 3 meant to focus on, Spirit, in 2025? we have Virgin. Look at the color schemes, by the way. Blue, right? And there's blues here as well. Okay. All right. So yes, like I was saying by 3, that I feel like Spirit is asking you that you have great manifesting abilities, first of all. Okay. You have powerful manifesting abilities. And I feel like Spirit, like usually whenever I have channeled on my channel, it's mostly about like dreaming big and thinking big and, you know, don't be scared of dreaming big. That's what I'm hearing. Like that's usually what I've channeled as messages on my channel. But in your particular pile, the case is kind of reversed, where Spirit is saying that you need to kind of focus on the details a little bit more. Okay. Like for example, in manifestation, you are not meant to focus on how the details are going to come about, or how the, like for example, you wish to manifest a car, right? And there are theories of visualization where you visualize sitting in that car, you visualize feeling the scent of the car, or you visualize holding the steering wheel in your hands and seeing the logo of the brand of the car that you desire in front of you, seeing the speedometer of the car, touching the gears of the car, playing with the music system of the car, and turning on the AC and feeling the cold breeze, of AC in the car. Like that's what I'm picking up. Like those are the kind of details that you are asked to visualize while you manifest, right? But then you are not meant to know exactly how it is going to come about, as long as you keep visualizing this particular scenario to manifest your dream car, right? That's how we have heard of the theories of manifestation. But for you, in your case, it's like you are meant to kind of take action, or you are meant to know the micro actions that you need to take behind how a manifestation can take place. Because I feel like you have mastered the art of visualization, but now you need to master the art of taking action and micro actions to align with your manifestation. Now, some people will come at me and say, like, you don't need to do that. You never have needed to do that. But Spirit is saying that this is another level of mastery in manifestation. Like, when you learn, for example, if you want to buy a car, your dream car, what are the small actions that you can take to get closer and closer to that dream car? What are the micro actions that you can take, right? So, for example, you can start a new savings account. So every month when you get your salary, you're cutting out a certain amount of money and you are literally devoting that money to your dream car, right? What is another thing that you can do? And let me know in the comments if you can think of other steps to this. I'm just imagining my own steps for this for you, right? What else can you do? So you can literally go to the showroom where that car is available, and one day just sit in that car and experience that car firsthand, or maybe take a test drive, or maybe it take its test drive like every once a month, right? That's a micro action again. What else can you do for getting closer to that dream car, right? If you don't have your own license, then you apply for that driving license. If your license needs to be renewed, you renew that license. If you already have your license as well as it's renewed, then you can ask for your friend to maybe give you their car to drive in case you don't have your own car. You ask your friend to maybe let you drive their car once a month, you know, just for the sake of feeling into the energy, but at the same time taking action towards it, right? So setting the manifestation as a goal allows you to take small micro actions to ensure that you're reaching that goal, and not to dream too big this year. Spirit is saying to dream about practical wishes that you want to manifest, that are realistic to reach, that are more practical, that are more hands-on, that are that can be traced logically, and the actions to achieve that wish can be traced logically through steps. That would give you a lot of assurance in your manifestation, first of all. Second of all, it will allow you to feel more confident in your manifesting abilities, because now you're practicing it on a small scale rather than on a very large scale. Because when you are attracting a lot of large scale manifestations, it's like there is no way for you to take micro actions, or even if you can take micro actions, they are very little. And if it is possible for you, you can maybe set like a big goal. Okay, like a dream that you want to manifest is maybe traveling to an international country, or maybe going on a Europe trip, for example, right? Just giving an example. So that could be a big dream of yours. Maybe you can't afford it right now. You don't know how it is even practical in the first place, right? So Spirit is saying that even if it is as big a dream that you cannot think or imagine that you can manifest, Spirit is saying that if you apply small incremental steps to it, it is definitely going to become a possibility, as long as you know how to take action this year towards it in small steps. Now, this action can also be related to literally saying affirmations for it every day. Okay. Looking at its pictures every day, looking at maybe videos of people traveling there. Okay. And setting a time for that. Certain actionable steps are required, and this is the year to master that, I'm hearing. Okay. um yeah, this is going to be very new territory for you, because the Virgin card is out, which is giving me like Virgin Airlines, first of all. Interesting. But Virgin is like when you are not intimately involved with anybody, and it'll be your first time if you get involved with somebody. So similarly, this is like a Virgin experience for you to be able to do this. Now, Spirit is also asking you to experiment with this. Okay, experiment with different manifestation techniques, I'm hearing. Okay. And with the web here of the spider, this is giving me like research online for certain methods that people have used, but also experiment with making your own methods, or like create your own manifestation method that works for you. Or this is the year to focus on that. This is the year to master your manifestation through action, not mainly through visualization, not mainly through words, even though I did include affirmations here because they are also very, very powerful. But Spirit is saying action is going to produce supernatural results for you this year. And the more small the goal is, and the more you achieve it, you are building up a lot of confidence for bigger manifestations to happen in your life. But for that, you have to start small, you have to start virgin, literally, right? As if you have never done it before, and you're starting new, and you're starting fresh, and you're trusting that this is going to help you. This is going to actually make you thrive, literally. Okay. Wow, what a unique reading, pile 3. Okay. And I've noticed that when I do pick a card readings, like if I record all the readings at once, I get so tired and drained that I'm not able to deliver the messages properly. But when I take breaks between each files, I'm realizing I have a lot more energy. I'm able to give a lot more messages to you that will really connect with you. Okay. And at the same time, I'm able to include a lot of real life examples from what I have experienced, and I'm able to relay that to you. So that is how I'm going to do my readings from now on. Like, I'm going to take a break after each file. I'm going to consume or drink some water, eat something, and then I'm going to come back, because I did pile 1 and 2 back to back, and pile 2 I fell a little short in terms of messages. Like, I did deliver my best, of course, but I get drained after each file. I've realized that. So I'm gonna kind of nurture myself as well while doing these readings. And I thank you for listening to that. I don't know why you had to hear that, pile 3. Okay, my loves, but yes. Also with the action card, it says here, I don't know if I genuinely wanted to turn on the flashlight of my camera so that it's clearly visible, because it's getting dark out here. Yeah, so I wanted to read this action card for you. By the way, you could be going through Saturn return by 2025, okay, or you could be reaching the age 30. But it says here, take some form of action without regrets. Okay, so Spirit is saying that this year, like, no matter what action you're taking, remember that you are taking those actions based on of course, the advice of this reading, but also to not think that those actions mean nothing if you're not seeing instant or immediate results. Because Spirit is saying that this year you are being taught patience with your manifestations, but in a way where you are laying the solid groundwork to be able to practicalize your ideas, right? And solidify your ideas into reality, but through steps that you can take yourself to build that level of confidence, right? So that you know your own sword of truth, like you get your own, you earn your sword of truth, where your truth is so, like your truth is so integrated within you that nobody can take it from you. It becomes like a weapon, like your manifestation becomes like this sharp blade that can be used every time you feel like you are stuck in a situation, or you feel like you need to cut somebody off, or you feel like you need to communicate your truth clearly. Your manifestation game is going to help you achieve all these things, especially when you feel stuck in a situation or you feel stagnant in life in some way, right? So the energy of action is going to completely remove any kind of stagnation that you're holding on to. It's going to allow you to become this giraffe, literally, where you are able to perceive things from a better height, right? Because of the confidence of how you see your goals materialize due to taking action. So it says here, examine what is holding you back from taking action and cut it loose. Okay, you will get the most immediate results through acting decisively. No maybes, right? So Spirit is saying that when you are taking these small actions, these actions itself are a physical embodiment of you having your desire. Because when you are taking action, it's like you are not only spiritually devoting yourself to knowing that you will have the object of your manifestation, but that you are also you're also physically devoting yourself, you're mentally devoting yourself, because all of this requires a certain level of routine and practice and discipline that you're consistently putting into something, and you're seeing the fruits of your labor. So Spirit is saying that no maybes in this, because once you take action, you will have no maybes in your heart anymore. Maybe my manifestation is going to come in one day, maybe this will happen, but it's okay, I'll just let it go. That's not the attitude for you to take in the year of 2025. 2025 is the year when you are like, yes, this is mine, this is already mine, and I'm just taking action so that my physical body is used to the energy of having my manifestation. My mental and my spiritual is already aligned. It's just my physical that needs to come into alignment to have that perfect harmony within all three realms, mental, physical, spiritual, so that I can basically achieve this particular manifestation, right? So you are becoming very, very decisive. You're becoming very confident. You don't have any ifs and buts and maybes in your dictionary after this year anymore. Okay. That's what you're mastering. You're mastering how to thrive in this reality, how to actually thrive in this reality, right? And this card here, it says self-restraint, self-sufficiency, right? So this is what it's teaching you. This ability to manifest is literally teaching you how to restrain yourself from any kind of negative thoughts that try to take dominion over your mind in terms of your manifestations. This helps you become self-sufficient in your manifestations. This helps you make careful preparations for your manifestations. This helps you become more resourceful with your manifestations. And resourcefulness is all about having small things in your apartment that remind you of your biggest manifestations, and that just touching that particular item in your house can elevate you to that frequency where you already have your desired reality or your desired object or whatever it is. It's like Spirit is saying, don't underestimate the power of small things that are around you. Become resourceful. What do you have around you already that you can use to manifest your wildest dreams? But for you to achieve those wildest dreams, you have to start small, which is why Spirit is asking you to become more resourceful with little resources. So then when you have more resources, you have infinite number of ways that you can use those resources, right? So that is coming through. And this is also making you more adaptable. Okay. Yeah. Some of you could be like scared of, some of you literally could be virgins. Okay. Pile 3. Or you could be someone who is scared to like be intimate with someone as well. This doesn't have to be because you are a virgin. It could be because maybe you've been celibate for a very long time and somebody will have their eye on you in 2025. Although I'm not doing predictions here, but I'm getting that energy very clearly. And there is a fear of being trapped by somebody. Okay. Which is why you could be protecting yourself from somebody who wants to who wants you to be in their life, basically, is what's coming through. Okay, so that is another message that's coming through for you. Now let's see, let's get some more oracle cards here. Spirit, tap me into pile 3. Tap me into pile 3, Spirit. Tap me into pile 3. What does pile 3 need to focus on in 2025? We have Valley. Okay. It says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Okay. Let's get one from the other stack of the same deck. Spirit, tap me into pile 3. There it is. What does pile 3 need to focus on in 2025? Okay, we have the flute. All right. Disappointment in a friend or lover. Interesting. So Spirit is saying that this year is going to be a year where you realize how much people have actually disappointed you, okay? Or how much a specific someone has disappointed you. Maybe this could be someone that you lost your virginity to. And if not, this could be someone that could have corrupted your innocence in some way. And with the flute, I'm getting like they wanted you to dance in their tunes, or like they wanted to lure you in so that they could trap you with the spider web here, right? With the flute, it's like you can make snakes dance with the flute, right? That's what I'm picking up here. Some of you literally need to dance this year, okay? Because you are going to get a lot of blessings if you take action on your manifestations, if you take actions towards your goals, if you take actions towards whatever it is that you feel in the heart. Because your actions need to be aligned with your heart, and your heart with your mind. Like, that's the trinity I'm seeing here. Mind, body, soul, right? So somebody is going to definitely come in to try to like recapture you back into their trap, and you're going to realize just how much of a disappointment they are or have been in the past, and how you need to protect yourself from them. And this will help you in basically manifesting this as well with the taking action here. So you're going to take small steps and actions towards how to avoid this person's traps, how to let this person be distracted with other things so that they don't bother you, they don't scare you, they don't trouble you, they don't overpower you, they don't dominate you. This could be anybody. This doesn't have to be a family member. This doesn't have to be just an ex. It could be a boss. It could be someone that always wants to dominate you and your mind and trap you so that you never leave them or you never leave their job or whatever. Okay? Because this person sees your potential, I'm hearing. While, okay? This person sees your potential. Now, this year, you're also being asked to focus on what are your true strengths. Pile 3. Like, what are your true strengths? Do you know what your strengths are? Are your strengths to have a lot of purity in your heart and your spirit? Are your strengths to be able to tame yourself, to restrain yourself from certain negative patterns or habits that no longer serve you? Are your strengths to be self-sufficient? Are you very carefully prepared? And if you don't know your strengths, pile 3, Spirit is asking you to focus on your weaknesses, because that's where your strengths truly lie. That's a confirmation right there with the notification sound, right? I don't know if you heard it or not. But if you don't know your strengths, look at your weaknesses. And when you look at your weaknesses, then you write down the opposite of that weakness, right? So for example, if your weakness is basically naivety, just giving an example, right? If you're very naive, if you're very gullible, and that's your weakness, what's the strength of naivety? What's the opposite of naivety and gullibility? I would say someone who is smart, someone who is very discerning, right? Someone who is capable of seeing through people, right? Someone who is intelligent, right? So those are the opposite polarities that you're dealing with. And Spirit is saying that if you don't know your strengths, then look at your weaknesses so that you can turn them into strengths this year. This year is all about turning your weaknesses into strengths. And maybe one of your weaknesses is to take action or to focus on details or to give value to the smaller things in life because you dream big or you have bigger goals. With the giraffe here, like you always look ahead and you always want bigger things in life. You want to occupy bigger spaces in life or bigger rooms in life, or you have big dreams. That's why I was getting public speaking for you and things like that, right? You have big goals. Spirit is saying for you to conquer those big goals, you need to tend to the smaller things. Specifically for you, pile 3. This is not for anyone else. This is for you specifically, right? And that is how you will be able to have deep personal peace by being able to actually look at the details of things and actually take actions towards the details of your micro goals or the micro actions that you need to take, right? Yeah. Something about sound healing is coming through for you as well. Okay. So something about also playing the flute or taking up an instrument that can help you in like getting into the details, right? Because when you're learning the flute, for example, you're learning every like how does it sound when you click. Interesting. I was about to say when you keep your fingers on different points on the flute, right? Yeah. So those are the details that you're getting into. So spirit is saying like doing work that is more detail oriented or that is more like that allows you to analyze more into the depth of what it is. Okay. And also that is giving me knowledge, because that was the first word that came through for you, is reading, studying, accumulating knowledge, listening to a role model that you can choose for this year. Like, this is the year I choose this person as my role model, and I'm going to listen to them and I'm going to follow their advice and see how it changes my life and see how I can make my life better because of this person. And it could be someone who maybe is a manifestor or somebody who believes in taking action, taking small steps towards manifestation or something like that. That is going to help you achieve whatever it is that you are wanting to achieve. Okay. Yeah. Spirit, tap me into pile 3. Tap me into pile 3. What is pile 3 meant to focus on in 2025? 3 of Pentacles. Like, this is also giving me trial and error energy, right? And he's writing things down also. And that's like literally, it's giving me energy of accumulating knowledge. But this is also giving me a focus on collaboration as well. And then we have in this card also, we have a lot of giraffes here, because I did focus on that, but I don't know why I didn't say it at that point. There's one giraffe here, second giraffe here, third giraffe behind here, right? So even though they are somehow they seem to like be together, but they're also in their own separate lanes. Like, they're not disturbing each other. They're not in each other's spaces. And here also, even though this is a collaboration card, usually there are 3 people in the card. He's alone here. So something about like building a community of people in this year who are in their own lane, who don't cross each other's lane, but at the same time who are working towards a same singular goal together. That would be very, very beneficial for you, because you could bounce ideas off of each other about the singular aspect that you are manifesting for each other, right? And you could come up with different ideas based on different kinds of people and their mentalities and how their ideas merge with yours and how it makes a total sum, which is going to be very, very interesting for you. Pile 3. Okay. Interesting. So let's get more. Pile 3 spirit. What should pile 3 focus on in... Oh, we have the 8 of cups. Okay. Let's get more. Okay. We have the 7 of pentacles reversed, and we have the ace of swords. Let's take one more card since we have space here. Spirit, give me one more for pile 3. Oh, spirit is saying bottom of the deck. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 10 of wands. Okay. Let's take that. Okay. So pile 3. What is Spirit asking you to focus on in the year of 2025? Spirit is asking you to focus on collaborations that you want to make versus collaborations that you want to walk away from, right? People that want to trap you in a certain condition because they are getting a lot more from you than what you are giving, like you are getting from them, versus people who are giving to you equally as much as you are giving to them. Knowing the difference between the two is going to help you aligning with the right people in the year of 2025, right? Spirit is also asking you, like, have you looked into your heart to know whether you are investing in the right project or in the right talent or in the right kind of sector in life where Maybe you want to have your career, because there's something that you believe is either wasting your time, or it's something that you are going to realize was always wasting your time because you were never really into it. There's something that you know is done for, like you're emotionally tapped out of it. Either this could be a relationship, this could be literally a job, this could be a career path, this could be something that you thought you were really into, but the more and more you went into it, the more and more you realize this is not for me. What is that? Spirit is asking you to look at it very clearly with truth, okay, with a very strong, truthful perception that is going to help you in releasing that burden, because it's burdening you. Whatever this is burdening you. It's literally making you pick up the slack for other people. It's you're doing things out of frustration because nobody else is willing to do the work as much as you are willing to do the work, but you're also doing the work and also wasting your time when you know that this is not something you're totally into with all your heart and soul. It's something that's taking away from you. What is that? Is it something financial? Is it something emotional? Is it something both, like somebody attached to you emotionally that is also sucking up your finances? Is it someone that always leaves the responsibility of the entire relationship onto you, be it business or love or family? What is going on here? And this pattern has to break here. And 2025 is the year for you to focus on that. For that, if you have to leave this person, leave this relationship, leave this job to just play flute and maybe travel across the country to start, like, teaching flute, or I don't know, like I'm just being wild out here with my ideas, but you know the drill here, what I'm talking about. Spirit is saying take action this year. This year, if you take action to move away from such people, you are only going to invite people into your life who are more truthful, who are more connected with you, and who are also in their own lane, who are not disturbing you, who are not trying to overpower you, who are not trying to trap you or control you. But if you like to be controlled, if you like to be tamed, if you like to be like submissive to the point where this person can do whatever and they are never wrong in your eyes, then this is not going to change. And this year is always going to be about you taking action on behalf of others and them not having to do anything. Okay? But if you want someone to take action towards you, be it in love, maybe you feel like you want partners who take action towards you. So how about you start taking actions towards yourself? What action would you like them to take for you? And that action is something you take for yourself. You do it for yourself first. Don't rely on somebody else to do it for you. Once you start doing that, your insecurities will fade away. Those insecurities are nothing but illusions that have been built up inside you because people have taught you that you need others' validation or you need other people to give you what you don't have inside you. That's the programming basically that you're meant to break in 2025, right? So yeah, the zodiac signs I'm seeing for you are let me see. Zodiac signs are Taurus, Pisces, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay? Yeah. So then let's get some advice for you, shall we, pile three? Okay, because this was also a kind of a heavy reading, but it was also a light reading. So I don't know how to like categorize it. I guess I shouldn't categorize it. Okay. Yeah. So Spirit, give us some advice for pile three. Like, what should pile three do in 2025? Like, they are going to focus on building a whole new manifestation ability for themselves, but they're also going to face some issues here in terms of breaking a pattern that is no longer serving them. So any advice for this, Spirit? Any advice for people from the past coming back, wanting to make them stay because they are the ones who are giving more of themselves in this connection? How can they heal this? We have exercise. Okay. Interesting. And let's get one more. Spirit, what's the advice for pile three pertaining to the spread? What is the advice? Look at that. Like, you saw how action card is the main card in your entire spread. And then we get exercise. So Spirit is like pushing you that whenever you feel irritated, whenever you feel angry, whenever you feel like somebody is putting all the blame on you, or somebody wants you to be the scapegoat, or somebody is annoying you, irritating you, wanting you to waste your time on them, Spirit is like, go and exercise. Okay, you are feeling a lot of frustration, anger, rage. You need to go and exercise. You need to start exercising regularly this year. The more you exercise, the more you are going to be able to balance this out. Okay, because for you, this year is all about physicality. It's literally about aligning your body to your higher self, which your higher self you're already connected to. You're quite spiritual. But this year is all about taking action. No matter what the issue is, your solution is to take action. Even if somebody is irritating you, frustrating you, go and exercise, right? And then we have receive, beautiful. So this is going to open you up to receive the right kind of people in your life. Okay. This is going to allow you to release any expectations that you basically hold on to from people because you want people to be a certain way. And then you start resisting people who are not a certain way. And they are not a certain way because they are just a reflection of you, reflecting exactly how you're not showing up for yourself. And so once you start showing up for yourself by exercising, by taking action towards your goals, by thriving, by taking action towards your goals, by thriving, by taking action towards your love life, towards yourself first, then you will become open to receive, because now you're opening yourself up to receive. You're not guarding yourself. You're not resisting the person in front of you, because you trust that you can give things to yourself that they even cannot. And that's when you also raise your standards automatically, because it's like you can already give those things to yourself. So what are you adding to the table anyway? Is what pile 3 asks the other person, right? And you're opening up to receive the right kind of energy. People who are also into exercise or workout, people who also believe in taking action, people who are highly motivating, people who are highly energetic. You're going to manifest such people in your life in 2025 once you energetically shift like this, right? So it says, love yourself enough to exercise and enjoy the glow of good health. So this year is all about also focusing on exercising properly, right? Hold up. Did the table just shift or something? So this year is all about like exercising and exercising and taking action. Like I said, that's the main thing here. Exercise doesn't only have to mean workouts. Like it could be yoga, it could be dancing, it could be Zumba, it could be anything that makes your heart pumped up, like walking as well, or going to the gym, right? These things are going to help you this year. The more you do this, the more you're going to receive this year. The more gifts are going to come into your lap, in terms of love, in terms of career, you name it. So it says you are being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you are worthy of these gifts and open up to them. And this is also giving me knowledge. Like the more you start doing these physical actions, you're also going to receive more and more knowledge towards that natural talent, or that natural, which I was picking up earlier in your spirit. And you are going to align to those natural talents by taking action towards them and micro action towards them. Okay. You're going to align with the right community who is thriving in that which you want to achieve. And they are going to love giving you tips and advice on how to do it yourself. Okay, that's what I'm picking up very strongly for you, pile. Okay, so pile 3, let's get on spell for you. In case you're interested to learn more about spells, I upload a lot of different spells. I upload 8 spells every week on my alchemist tier. So if you're interested, tap into my alchemist tier, which is only about spells on different issues related to health, money, career, spirituality, okay, everything, fame, popularity, whatever it is you wish for, it's going to be there. And my superhuman tier will include access to pick a card tier, which is my prophetic tier, as well as my alchemist tier. And it will also have frequencies, subliminals, and it will have EFT videos as well. Okay, so if you're interested, you can check it out. So I'm going to give you like a small spell that you can do in 2025 that will help you align with this energy of the spirit. Okay, so spirit, tap me in, and then I'm going to read you the action card from the book as well. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, give me a spell for pile 3. There is your spell. Okay. So it says here, take 7 tiny, okay, so this spell is called precious stones. Take 7 tiny turquoise stones and put them on your windowsill during a full moon for 7 hours. Then pick up the stones, and while holding them in the palm of your hand, speak this wish spell aloud. Luck be quick, luck be kind, and by lucky 7, good luck will be mine. Blessed be. Carry these lucky stones with you in a bright blue bag and be on the lookout for blessings to shower down upon you. Wow. Oh my God. I love your spell. Okay. So this is the precious stone spell for you with the turquoise crystal. Okay. And this is going to help you manifest more and more blessings in your life. Okay. So this is another action that you're taking, right? With doing the spell, you're aligning with the actions. And all my spells in my tiers are very easy to do spells, but they are very ancient. They are folklore magic. They are very, very powerful. So if you're not ready to